Yeah, sure. Regarding avoiding in blogging, I have actually and also blog also about this, about blogging mistakes, what I did, and I used to publish everything like what are the blogging mistakes I am doing. Avoiding in blogging, Mahalakshmi, what I will tell you is, it's very important that you should have you should reverse engineer the process. The purpose of your blog, why are you starting a blog? You should definitely understand why are you starting a blog. If you don't know why are you starting a blog, then what's the problem is, you don't know, after getting traffic or something, you don't know what to do with the people. So you'll be wasting a lot of time and effort. So what I'll tell you is, the first thing to avoid is to be clear. First thing is, you should be very clear about what are you going to achieve with that blog. Like, are you planning to sell any service? Like, you want to sell any consultation, or you want to sell a product, or you want to do affiliate marketing? Just be clear, because if you have that clear goal in your mind, what will the advantage is, your language, your messaging, your target audience, everything will be clear. So let us say I am trying to write on personal branding. My blog is about personal branding using digital marketing, and I don't know who is the target audience. What I will do, I'll write for everyone. But if I have a specific audience in my mind, the personal branding for coaches, speakers, trainers, these are the guys who might be looking a lot for personal branding. So what I will do, for every blog I wrote, I know how difficult a coach life will be. So every day you will be hunting for new clients, and you have to travel a lot. So the pain points, everything will be relatable. So the guy, you will be attracting that person specifically. When you write for everyone, it means that you write for no one. So the first mistake you should avoid is, write for only few people, not just write for this 10 degree. Don't go for the 350 degrees. Don't write for everyone. That's one thing. And other thing is, already I shared in my journey, quite evidently I showed that when I started blogging, I didn't have a niche. So having a proper niche is very important. Like, John has actually created Digital Buddy, so that has given him a remarkable thing. Right now in industry, there are many people who are doing digital marketing, blogging, and all, but don't know them, because this Digital Buddy is something unique. He is catering to only Telugu guys. So that is one thing. Have a narrow niche. This is the second thing. Don't do the mistake of having a broader niche. And finally, having your own product. That's the biggest. And hosting and all. Don't go for free hostings. You're serious about blog. Yearly expenses should not be more than 5,000 rupees if you go for good quality hosting also. So that thing you should not do a mistake.
Yeah.
So
Next,
that's it. Anything you want to add, John, you can add it.
next question will take it uh, from Anil. He has asked two questions. One question is high level domains having high priority of ads. He wanted to know about means of quality ads. That was his first question. And okay, right. If not, he was asking about let us know where we had made mistakes in AdSense approval process. So we'll go by one question. Yeah, John, you can.
John, you're in mute.
John, you're in mode.
So, hi. Is it audible now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Let me answer this question for this. High-level domains having high priority for ads. That is a myth. Quality ads, another myth. Okay. That domain extension doesn't matter in ads. I see with other extensions also in other than the .com, .in also. So that is not a priority. That's a myth. Forget about it. And any other questions?
Yeah. Next question is
John,
from
I want to add.
Afros.
Yeah, I want to add to this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
especially about domain name. See, some people think having a premier domain name will help you. That Google has stopped ranking that keyword domains. Means in domain name keyword should be there. That type of things were there earlier, but now Google doesn't give any, doesn't care about it. Domain name, if your keyword is there or not, it doesn't care about it. That's one thing. And if you're also having a business, still you don't go for a domain. You don't spend on domain more than 1,000 rupees per year. That's the biggest thing you should do. If you already have a business, that name is like Trikala or something like that, then that already established business is there, then that makes sense for investing some 20,000 or 15,000. Or else, if you don't have a business or something and you want to have a fancy domain name, please don't go for that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Next question is from Afros. Hi, one small query related to AdSense. Recently, we have created two blogs. One is job portal with free theme. Another one is movie plus news plus health related blog with purchase theme. Got approval for free theme, but not getting for real effort. Purchase theme blog. What's your answer for it?
Let me answer this question.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
of
Go for
course,
it.
AdSense approval doesn't depend on the free theme or the paid theme. They check your content first thing, and they check privacy policy. Your blog should have privacy policy before applying to the Google AdSense. And when you apply for Google AdSense, also they will give one short code to verify your website. Put that in the your WordPress backend and just delete the cache, as clear the cache. So these are the three things I recommend you to do. And if you have any query, again you can connect with me after this webinar also.
And one more question is from Nagbabu.
Mm.
Which theme is most useful for a blog? Guys, can
Yeah, let me answer this question. See,
yeah,
friends,
John.
again, see, these are the, as a beginner blogger, when you are in the beginning, you should focus on essential things. Essential things means quality of the content, articles, and the promoting that content and building your email list. Okay, these are the non-essential things. Non-essential things means the which theme should I buy, which free theme is the best for my blog. These are the non-essential things only. If you check my blog bhairapagajan.com, I am using free theme only, and the theme doesn't matter in the beginning. And if once you get money, and again you can check, you can go with the paid themes also. But theme is not important. I am using iconic one free theme. If you want to use that theme also, but I don't recommend this. These are the non-essential things in the beginning. Focus on your quality of the content. Content, content is important. Content is more important than the your theme. That is what I recommend.
I want to add one more thing
Yeah.
here, John. Thank you for sharing. So, like John said, it's very important that not focusing on theme is really good thing. Only thing you should understand is when you have a hi-fi theme or a fancy theme, that will generally distract the user with all that hi-fi things, decorations and all. We don't need that. Only when someone comes to a blog, we should make it easy for the reader to find information easily. The navigation should be proper, like the categories, subcategories, that type of thing, and responsiveness. Mobile responsiveness is important. Like if a blog is showing good on laptop and not showing good on mobile, then that will be not helping. We should focus on simplicity, like John said. At the same time, focus on the functionality and user experience, the friendly user experience. That's very important. It's not about theme because we are not a website, we are not a cafeteria blog, we are not a real estate blog or some other blog to showcase all the images, gallery, slider, the hi-fi animation. We don't need that. That's not at all necessary. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next question is from Venkatesh. Is it possible to remove WordPress from my domain name? He has purchased a domain from GoDaddy.
Yes. Yes, friends,
Yeah.
that is possible to remove WordPress from your GoDaddy. That is a little bit technical. You can remove WordPress, and before removing, take backup. And if you want to take another hosting, you can take that and you can migrate. This is like shifting. If you are in a room in Hyderabad in one area, if you are shifting to another room, again you will be taking all your material to the new room. Like that you can migrate your WordPress website. Otherwise, you can remove that WordPress. That is possible only. That is possible only. And I recommend you to reach the GoDaddy support team. They will help you in removing the WordPress.
I think the next question is very interesting question from Shankar. How to get maximum relevant traffic to blog?
Okay. Gordon, would you like to answer this
Yeah,
question?
I'll answer this question. Relevant traffic is asked by Shankara. Okay.
Yeah, Shankar.
Shankar, yeah, relevant traffic. Actually, we already covered this a bit in the last question about Mahalakshmi, like what the mistakes. So I always mention that if you want relevant traffic, you need to target the relevant people. You need to have in the mind the relevant people, and you should choose that kind of topics. So relevant traffic means you may. Can you, Shankar? Can you tell if you have a blog or any blog audience? Can type in. I can answer that also. But to answer it in general, I will tell you. Shankar is typing something to make it more easy for him. Okay, I think still not.
I'll add two, three things to getting that relevant traffic to a blog.
Yeah,
So Shankar, you need to have relevant content to get relevant traffic. Okay, do not forget this. So have that relevant content and promote this content in the where your relevant audience are there. If your more target audience are on LinkedIn, you have to promote on LinkedIn more than any other social media platform. So you need to promote aggressively also, and don't you need not to create more content. Just create one masterpiece kind of content and promote aggressively. That is what I recommend you to get more relevant traffic.
yeah, yes. Shankar is typing. You want to add anything or what?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Srinath, go ahead. Srinath, yours is on mute, I think. Are you talking?
Yeah, guys, the next question is from Anil again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Let us know where we have made mistakes in AdSense approval process. You want to know?
Yes.
Yeah, John.
Anil, when your AdSense is not approved by the AdSense, okay, Google AdSense team, they will send you mail with clear details which policy your blog is violating. Policy means Google AdSense policies. They will clearly mention it. You can check that. You have to read that AdSense policy, and you have to clear that policy. You have to clear that policy in your blog. If your blog content or if your blog is violating those policies, and then reapply to this AdSense again, you will get this. Your AdSense will be approved.
The next question is from Nagbaba again. Can you tell the best free tools for blogging? Can Yeah, he want to know about free tools for blogging.
So, essence, shall I
Yeah,
answer this question, Gordon, or
yeah,
Yeah,
John,
would you
yeah,
please.
like to start?
yeah. I can take it or you can answer it. No problem.
Okay. See, best free tools for blogging is first thing is very important tool is email marketing tool. Almost all the email marketing softwares are giving free versions now, up to 1,000 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers. Use that, leverage that, build that 2,000 audience, and by the time you build 2,000 audience, you can create that any information products and you can sell to this list. Even if you have 1%, 2% conversion rate also, you can upgrade to your email marketing software also. You can buy premium tools also. So that is how we need to move from free tools to paid tools eventually. That is what I recommend. And another best free tool I recommend for blogging is the Canva. Canva is the excellent tool for graphic designing. If you see this webinar poster also, we designed in Canva only. So that is how that is also free tool only. In the free tool itself, you can do a lot of things. And another free tools means free plugins that I can recommend you for another free. Another thing is Hello Bar is like that is also a tool where you can uh, increase your email subscribers. And Sumo is also like these are the free tools that 2 3 free tools. These are enough. Don't sign up for many. Don't use more tools also. Focus on the useful tools to build your audience. That is what my recommendation. Don't go with the other all the tools. I think Ahrefs also having the free tools. Few few free tools they recently given, like keyword research or YouTube keyword research, and domain to check the domain rating also. So I can go on that free tools extent, but focus on the relevant tools. First important tool is like email marketing tool and graphic design tool like Canva.
Gordon, I think you want to add Gordon. Add.
I want to add few free tools.
Yeah, yeah,
And
please.
free tool is there are some free tools for SEO also. They come in form of Chrome extensions. Initially, we are all using the keywords everywhere. That's a very good tool, but now it became paid one. I use paid one also, but free tools. There is a keyword surfer. Recently, I came across this tool that is also helpful. It's a Chrome extension. I just typed that name of the tool in the chat box, so you can refer it later. That is one thing. And Generate Plus is a premium, a free. They give a free theme. And it's really good theme. Like it's also a free tool for the blogging part. Apart from the plugins in WordPress, whenever you go into WordPress, you have a lot of plugins. So like John said, that there will be many plugins because exactly what's your purpose based on the requirement. Like having a form on your blog, contact us form. That is a job form. Job form method gives you around 100 form submissions per month free. So if you want anyone to submit a form to your blog, the job form is very free, very good, very effective. It allows you to add attachments and it allows you to add pictures. Your users can also add pictures and all. So if you go on talking on free tools, there are many free tools because from last 11 years I have been using many free tools, and right now I appeal to some paid tools. So this list I think we'll send it in the emails to you. Please be tuned. This is a good question, and John and myself, anyone can send this list of free tools.
Yes, friends. I created 100 digital marketing tools list. I recently created. From that list itself, you can pick only free tools and you can use it. How many of you want that free tools list? Just comment that. Just
Yes.
tool. Just comment the tools word.
I think John, everyone who has joined today want that.
Tool.
Yeah,
No, just to engage with them. Engage with them. Just
Yeah,
engage them.
sure. It's about
sure,
interaction
sure,
only.
sure.
Yeah, it's about interaction. I want to know whether they are listening and typing,
Yeah, no,
or
everyone
just
is listening.
kept their laptop and just.
So
Today we
by
have
the time,
a very
I
good
think
bunch of people.
by the time they type, we'll take one more very interesting question, which was asked by Sudhakar. Sir, I'm Sudhakar from Guntur. He's an vehicle and health insurance agent. He wished to target AP and Telangana people to sell his policies. Okay. So what is your suggestion? Which language is better to website? Whether it is Telugu or English? He want to reach more customers. So what, John? What is your answer for it?
See, what I recommend is to do in both languages, English and Telugu language. By putting the tags, every page should be in the English and Telugu language also, and by using HREF language tags, you can differentiate. Actually, this piece of content is available in Telugu also in that page. If you go to that page also, that also recommends to this piece of content is available in English language also. I recommend these tools, and even for to use these language tools also, you will be having plugins and tools to easily generate these codes. So I recommend you to do in both languages, but initially start with Telugu language only, because Telugu is the one of the Telugu. You can easily connect with your audience in Telangana and AP as well. Gogan, would you like to add something to?
Yeah, I want to add something here because the question itself is having some issue because when you say Telugu and English, you should be knowing exactly whom you want to target, what is the income range, what type of
Exactly.
policies to sell. Because if you don't know which policy to sell, if you're targeting a policy which is high value, then you need to think about because I'm not saying that people who only speak Telugu will not have money. It's not the intention. But again, you need to understand like how many people, if you're putting effort in the blog, if you put in Telugu or English, you need to understand like where exactly whom are you going to target? Who are those guys? Because for selling policies, you should be as targeted as software engineers. I'll only sell policies to software engineers. It's not like you only sell, but you want to target them, or you want to target some government employees. Let us say some government employees will have a benefit. Means their schemes are like that. So if you, it's all depending upon your instance policy, not on the language. Language definitely, like John mentioned, both languages can be effective, as effective as this one. Yeah.
So next question is from Basha. He was asking about CPA marketing versus affiliate marketing. Which is the best one in 2020?
I
So
can answer
Goran,
this.
please answer this question.
CPA.
CPA marketing versus affiliate.
CPA. I did not come across this word CPA. Cost per.
CPM is cost per acquisition, Gordon. It's cost
Okay,
per
okay.
acquisition.
It's
Okay.
almost the same. It's almost the same. Cost per acquisition and affiliate marketing both are almost the same. And because in cost per acquisition, again it's the same. They're not different. So I can't differentiate this. Anything you want to add, John?
See, I think I already answered for this question in my YouTube live. Again, Chandbash came up with the same question.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
he,
Please ask if you have anything to share.
yeah. So I think 9 to 10 people are asking for the free tool. So guys, you will be getting all the free tools through your mail. After this webinar, people will be sending to you. So one more question from Anil. I started the blog in the time of COVID. It is nearly 30 days, but pending AdSense approval. If any reasons, I followed every guidance. He was telling.
See, let me answer for this question. See, now entire Google team is not working from their offices, so they are working with the only few members of the team. So that is the reason. Not just your AdSense approval, all the even Google Ads approvals also taking little more time than the usual. So it is pending, but they didn't send you rejected mail, no. So just understand that they will be approving you after this COVID. After, so it is taking longer than the usual. That's it. That is the reason their employees are not working now.
But
Not
one
full
more thing to add is, John, he mentioned it's 1 month. He mentioned his blog is only 1 month old.
and
So it
that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Even with the 1 week blog also, we can apply to the Google AdSense and you will get approval in 1 day.
may,
Oh, super. So, and the last question which was asked by Nagababu, reliable AdSense account other than Google. Can you suggest anyone of you?
Google AdSense. Okay, there are different other networks actually. Google, apart from Google AdSense, there are media ads. There many are there.
Yes, it's MediaNet is there, and another thing is Facebook audience network is also there, and
Hmm.
other things also there. But again, friends, these YouTube channels and all the bloggers created fixed mindset in your brains. Please come out from those things like Google AdSense, earning money through Google AdSense or through affiliate marketing. Come up with those things and build an audience in particular niche and monetize those audience. That is the ultimate way to earn from blogging. Come out from that mindset itself.
Because we wasted some time doing that, and we don't want
Yeah,
you
it
all to
takes some time, but at least you should start thinking in another way.
Yeah,
And
Gautam, you want to add?
I think we missed one question from Nagababu. He asked one question. Uh, some hosting giving one page and another given more pages, which is useful for starting blog.
hosting one page. Are you answering this, John?
Yeah. Let me answer this question. Nagababu, when you buy hosting in any accounts, they will give free page builder tools. It may be from Weebly or
Got stuck up, so I'll start sharing.
Gautam, you can go ahead.
So it's like it's not about one page. Generally, any hosting you take, they will give you. You can host a lot. It's like if you don't host videos, your hosting any hosting plan will be able to actually help you with that. So it's not about one page or anything. But some people actually say one page websites and all. They will build one page websites and all. That is different. That's the service people offer. Actually, they build one page website. These are useful for freelancers and some simple businesses who want to just have the contact us form, like they want to allow people to contact them using their website or like that. So one page is not any hosting provider will allow you to have a lot of pages. If you're on Blogger, you can't add more than 10 pages, 10 or 5 pages. In WordPress you can add thousands of pages. There will be no restriction.
Yeah, Gautam, one more question from Basha. How to write best subject line to improve CTR and open rate?
He's talking about Basha is talking about
Subject.
ads. Or, I think it's about ads
Yeah,
because in
best
email
subject.
also the same thing will be there. Subject line, CTR, and open rate. It can be ads also, but for both I will tell what we need to. Email marketing only. Okay, that's good.
Then you can answer is better than John. Yeah.
Yeah. So email marketing, if you're writing a subject line, always think like the subject line should not tell everything in the subject. There should be some curiosity with the subject line. So I wanted to actually I purchased, people have purchased a new ebook from me. Then I wrote in the subject line, I need your help. In the email marketing tool I use, I can insert the name code. So name will be there. So name is Trinath. I want your help. Then Trinath is curious. What is this? I want your help. This guy is telling, and definitely he knows me well and he want to help me because he is receiving a lot of help from me from last some years. So he actually the people are opening it. The click through rate is very high because the curiosity is there. So subject line should always be revealing some part of it, like a trailer, like a cinema trailer. You need to reveal some part of the subject. Don't reveal everything. Like in the subject, if you write webinar on monetizing a blog with John and Nath on Saturday, so and so time, you should not write that lengthy. Anyhow, that will be cut off. So if you write webinar on how to monetize a blog, the subject line, that will be great. And always use you, the word you. How are you doing? Can you help me? Can you tell me about how was the webinar? Like now we'll send an email after this webinar. We'll ask you, Basha, did you find the webinar useful? Or Basha, how was the webinar? Please share your thoughts. Always think other guy is a human being and value him. And emotionally, you use that emotional words. Don't use feedback. Instead of feedback, you can use the word thought. Thought means you are actually valuing his opinion and his thinking. So always in the copywriting, this is also called copywriting. Basically, you need to learn copywriting if you want audience to take actions on the stuff.
Yeah. And one more question is from Venkatesh. As John is not there, we'll not take that question. Is it
Yeah.
possible to get job in digital marketing field who has worked in 5 to 6 years, 5 to 8 years experience in other industries?
Venkatesh, actually, I will be the apt person for answering this job because I have worked in other field 14 years. I have worked in other field 14 years of time, like in power industry. And I have last year only, I actually, 2019, I changed my profession. I joined as a digital marketing manager with the MNC. So it's possible. Why? Why? Because if you are able, but you need to show the organization that why are you getting into digital marketing. If organization will feel that you're getting into digital marketing because you think it's easy or you are just into the craze kind of thing, then it will be very tough. And some organization will take you still, but they may take you in the small positions, smaller positions which are lesser salary. So you need to be ready to sacrifice that. Most of the companies will not give you high salaries initially because people think it's very easy. I'll jump off and I'll start doing. There you'll face a lot of issues also because from last 1 year I'm working. So you'll have to keep in mind all the risks you are going to take. And definitely you can get a digital marketing job because you did a digital marketing course. But let me answer you, digital marketing course will not help you much with the job. Only some companies are actually looking at certifications. Certifications from HubSpot and all, they're seen, they're considered. But ultimately, how are you going to help a company with your digital marketing experience? Like, and what kind of experience do you have? Everything you need to have the answers, and definitely you get. And nowadays, let me tell you one thing: digital marketing jobs are a new thing. From last 1 2 years, digital marketing jobs actually have started. Since companies have started hiring for digital marketing jobs from last 1 2 years only. So that what does it mean? Many people who are joining digital marketing, most of them are new to digital marketing. They are into other fields. They shifted. Some people work into software and they know some marketing. So a software company who is looking for digital marketing manager, a digital marketing person, then he will be looking for a person who knows software also and also digital marketing. So like you are in some industry, in that industry, digital marketing people are required. Then you will be the best fit. You should focus there, and I'm very sure you'll get a job. But be sure that the the pay may be less initially, and you need to prove your worth to the company to raise up.
Yeah. John will take one question which you have misread.
Okay.
From Virendra, I'm a newbie to blogging. I heard that Google can terminate your AdSense account at any day, and all your efforts you put in it will be lost. So instead of AdSense, why not go with other promotional activities mentioned by Mr. John? So, John, can you elaborate on it? Other
Yeah,
than
yes,
ads?
it's not about the promotional activities, it's about the other ways to monetize your blog instead of the Google AdSense. I'll tell you a few other things from which you can monetize your blog. One is we already told about the creating your own information products. Other thing is affiliate marketing. Other thing is you will be having sponsored articles as well. They will pay you just to write article. Sometimes they will give article and they will give you money just to post in your blog. Sponsored articles also one of the ways to monetize your blog. And other thing is you can give services also. You can promote your services only. What are the services that you can give to your target audience, like consulting or such kind of things, or those kind of things, or consulting, or it can be anything, friends. There are many ways to monetize your blog. You can host one paid webinar also. You can create membership site also, membership premium members. That is also one way. And you can have, if you google it, you will get many ideas, but you have to think which is the best way for your blog to monetize. You have to think from your brain, and you have to apply some logic and take decision. That is what I'm suggesting, Virendra. Hope my answer clarified your question.
Yeah, one more question is from Sadashivan. Is there any SEO tools for Telugu language?
Yes, friends. To do keyword research, you can use Google Keyword Planner from Google Ads dashboard. I think many people don't know that the Google Keyword Planner gives keyword results in Indian languages also. Their mindset is fixed with Google gives only in English, but Google gives in Telugu language also. Google gives in Hindi language also. Google gives in other languages also, if the search volume is there. Okay.
So
It's
next
really
question,
valuable. It's really valuable job. Yeah.
from Mahesh, will AdSense profits to be reduced in future? Will AdSense, as due
Okay.
to
AdSense profits
COVID-19,
be reduced.
due to
See, friends,
COVID-19?
yeah, let me answer this question. My friends, other bloggers also, those who are earning through Google AdSense, they told that Google reduced its CTR and its earning also. See, when even Google reduced their 50% marketing budget, friends, just understand that Google reduced their marketing budget itself, and Google will reduce all those costs also. Obviously, it affects the Google AdSense also indirectly, and it affects that blogs, those who monetize through Google AdSense also.
So next, okay, thank you so much. Guys, any other question? Yeah, one more question from Afros. Hi, Govardhan Garu. I generally query related to YouTube. Most of the people writing useless titles, thumbnails, images like Chudani is celebrated Nijam Swarupa. But when we watch this video, it is not actually. But real info, who is sharing knowledge, those who are losing YouTube visitors. I think John will be the best
No,
person
actually, it
Yes,
happens to me, but John can be the better person to answer. Please,
to
John,
answer.
yes, friends.
John, you can answer
See,
it.
as a blogger, what we are doing, we are building audience in a space, in a particular niche. If you are having an entertainment YouTube channel, so that is like compelling titles, putting that compelling titles, compelling thumbnails, just to click on that video and see. It is happening in most of the videos, but still, again, why are you clicking again and again to on those videos? That is my suggestion. And if you really want to build an audience in entertainment industry, if your YouTube channel is entertainment related, you have to put those thumbnails, you have to put those things. That's okay to get the clicks, that's okay to get negative comments also. Again, it adds engagement to your YouTube videos. Again, for that to monetize your YouTube channel, you need to get tons of subscribers, at least lakhs of subscribers to get
views.
sponsored interviews at least, and endorsements, brand endorsements, so kind of things. So that is one of the way to monetize your entertainment channel. I'm thinking, I'm talking in that monetizing that entertainment channel also. In spite of having that false thumbnails, false titles also, still you can earn money from that.
Actually, of course, I want to add to John's this thing. What they do is why they keep the deceptive titles is to make the person click that YouTube video.
Yes,
So the views
exactly.
are increased, and they will get into the YouTube's what we say the YouTube approval bandwidth means 10,000 or 10 lakh views. Some threshold is there. After that only you can monetize a YouTube channel. So people click there, and in that suspense, they will be watching till the end. In between, there will be an ad played. If that views are very high, then in between an ad will be played, and you can't skip that ad also, and they will earn money. And sometime I was shockingly come across a video, like different videos, very funny, like see Raju Kanakana's Nija Swarupam, how he is doing. Kumar's husband, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They mislead the people, but I think someone will report now. YouTube will definitely ban them. So it's not a long run thing. And if you're planning to really do something on YouTube, I will tell you, share your own story, share your own life. See, your life and your story is unique. No one else can copy it. No one else can replicate it. It's always important when it's a blog or any YouTube channel or a Facebook handle, anything. Be unique, be yourself. See, everyone here has a struggle. Sinaz is having his own struggle. John is having his own struggle. I have my own struggle. Everyone's life is unique. So in this area also, when we are talking, someone will connect with your story. So always be unique, and always think that what is there in my life to share. There is something definitely in your life to share for others. Why? Because 5 years ago, what I am facing a problem today is not a problem for me. So 5 years ago, I was facing that problem, and that time I wanted someone's guidance. The same way, today I'm able to guide someone. The 5 years younger me, I can guide 5 years younger Govardhan. That indicates that you can guide someone younger or who is in the next steps of the journey. You don't need to be Deepak Kanakraju, or you don't need to be Siddharth Rajshekar, or don't need to be Kulwant Negi to get an audience or gathering. So in diabetes also, when my website actually start taking up, I was surprised when I was providing a lot of information and value. One fine day, what happened is one person has paid for the diet plan. They want to get a diet plan from me, and it was a doctor. He was a doctor. Then I was a bit shocked and shaken. How can I give a diet plan to doctor? Is it okay? When I talked to the doctor, I told doctor, see, I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm not a doctor, and you're a doctor, and you're asking me a diet plan. Then what he told is, see, Govardhan, whatever information you written on your blog, it proves that you know a lot of stuff. And to be frank, doctors do not know nutrition. We are not taught nutrition in our syllabus. We only know medication and a disease and medication. There's a problem and medication. That's all we do. Nutrition for separate. That's what you mentioned. Then I came to know, and thereafter I gave guidance to many doctors in that. So it's all about building a brand and being genuine. You don't need to fake it. See, whatever you are there, be genuine, tell it, and you'll get a following. Approach. That's the thing. Anywhere, any channel, anything is there. Don't worry about the small people who are getting benefits. You be yourself. Don't compare with anyone else. Do your best. That's the right thing to tell.
So, guys, any more questions? We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes so that
One
if
more
not,
question was here from Basha. He's asking, it's about email marketing again. I'll answer this question. Hi Govardhan, there's a word, there's a money in the list. I keep seeing this word. If you really succeed in this, yes, I succeeded in this, Basha. It was really helpful. The email marketing only helped me a lot because for my diabetes blog, I was not using AdSense because I don't want to spoil the user experience on my blog. It will give some pennies to me, so I thought I'll not use AdSense. And affiliate, I only get two income, like 5,000 or 6,000 rupees or something like that per month. Then I thought email list. I started building my email list and I was nurturing them. I was giving informative emails. So through my email list only, I can tell you in the last 2 years, I could generate around 4.5 lakhs of revenue from that email list only. It's mostly email list only. And today also, if I send an email telling about my ebook to my list, I will get from that one email, I get 3 or 4 ebook sales. But I will not send every day. I'll send it 1 week or 10 days or 14 days. And if I want to tell in future, I'm going to launch a course on diabetes, reversing diabetes. And I also have a 8 week diabetes challenge. I created this challenge, and the WhatsApp group was there for support. And people can access the course to the Teachable platform and all. So for that course also, I used to get registration from that email list only. Whenever I am trying to start something new, I The best way to inform the people is through their email. The people take their email very seriously. And from that email list, I have two WhatsApp groups. I've gathered two WhatsApp groups, diabetes. Means one group has achieved the limit 56. So definitely money is in the list. But you should know that immediately after building a email list, you can't start saying that buy this thing, buy that thing, buy my book, buy my course. No one is going to do that. To add value, to add free value, then definitely someone will be interested to purchase your product because this guy is giving a lot of stuff for free. In free itself is giving a lot of value. In a paid product, he will give us a lot of value. So to anytime inform anything about immediately, instantly, email list will be the best thing. So that's my answer. So, email list is a life cycle, lifetime money thing, not one time. They say no money in the list. It's in the lifetime, not one time. You create a future product, you can again sell it to the person. But if you lost the traffic, if you lost control of the Facebook, people are building the Facebook group crazily. Deepak Kankaraju has a group, 1 lakh followers. But do you know how many people Facebook will serve? It will not serve to everyone. It will only serve to fraction of people, 1,000 people or something. They will see the reaction and then based on the algorithm, then it will again push it to few more people. So only platform you own, only thing you own is your email list. So that's my conclusion about that part. Thank you.
Okay. Again, one more question from Basha. Govardhan, please suggest few proven ways for list building strategies.
I suggest I'll not take long because this is a different subject altogether. But I will tell you how I build this just through my blog only, mostly. So my blog used to get traffic. So on an article which is getting high traffic, I used to have a opt-in form. That is a pop-up form. The form will pop up at after 80%, 60% of the scroll. When someone is scrolling the article, after 60% or 70%, the opt-in form will be popping up. Then the person will be entering the email and coming into the database. That's one thing which I did it aggressively. Apart from that, I used to have Facebook group. I'm having a Facebook group. There I used to promote a freebie. I used to say this is a ebook, and I used to direct them to a landing page saying that if you want this ebook, click on this link. They go to that link and they see that the ebook is available for free of cost. They used to download that. And other ways is like sometimes people in our WhatsApp group they refer friends and all. Again, it comes back. I'm only using these things, but there are many strategies. John, if you want to add anything, please add.
Yeah, just I recommend only one technique to have that strong lead magnet, very good lead magnet you need to have. That can be one free ebook, one free checklist, or one free online course also. Even one solid lead magnet is enough for you to generate more leads, friends, to build your list. If you're having multiple lead magnets, again your list will start growing. But again, that lead magnet also, it should be relevant to your niche again.
Yeah, the lead magnet is very important. I forgot to tell about that. As John has rightly pointed out, you need to have a strong lead magnet, and that people should think that there is a lot of value, and it's like some costly thing. Like it costs something, but you're giving it a free cost. That's what I actually use a lead magnet because if you ask people to subscribe, they will not subscribe. I see little bit after adding lead magnet only. You need to have some strong lead magnet. Without that, you can't build a list. Very.
One lead magnet is enough. Spend more quality of time and research on creating that one strong lead magnet that can give you, that can do wonders. For me, just I have 2-3 lead magnets, free lead magnets, but one free digital marketing course is giving already given more than 1,000 subscribers. So that is how you start building your email subscribers.
That's a powerful lead magnet, the course.
So I think one more question: how many call to action can we place in an email?
One.
Yeah, that's the best way. Only
one. I recommend to have one.
One is the best way to do it. Yes.
So I think if there are no more questions, one surprise from John we are all waiting for. for the people who have attended today webinar, there is one surprise from John. John, go for it.
What is that surprise? I forgot that.
No, you are telling that you are telling that you are going to give a discount code for your course.
Discount I will be giving on digital marketing. See,
Yeah.
I have few courses. Digital marketing course I have and blogging course I have. But if they buy today, I will give everything for discount only. One buy, everything you will get. Blogging course you will get, local SEO book you will get, and digital marketing course also you will get. If they are ready to buy, I can share that discount link.
Yeah, I think you can share through your email also, as we have told them that we are going to share their email regarding tools. In the same email,
Yes.
if you are able to share it, it will be very much helpful.
We'll give because these audience are very good audience. I can see that all audience from the starting to end, they are there. I can see that attendees, and more than that live webinar, Q&A session itself, it took more than 1 hour.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes.
Okay, I think John, we can share that discount codes in the email. Whoever is interested,
Yes.
they will definitely take an action on that.
Yes.
So, guys, I think we'll end the session today. It was very interesting and very excellent session with Govardhan John with us today. I think in coming days we'll have one more session based upon your uh, inputs and on different topics which we are going to take.
We want to add on. I want to add one more thing.
Yeah, please go ahead.
We'll be sharing emails with you guys, and we'll ask you for the relevant topics, which topics we need to do next webinar and all. So based on your feedback, whoever is asking for a specific topic more, when one topic gets more number of votes, we will try to go for that specific topic. And you can also freely share the stuff, share information with John, because half of the people are here from John only. They know
Yes.
him. You can share with him also, then we can combinedly do something very good and very effective. And we are here to make you take the next step for the blogging in your blogging journey. And that's it from me. John, you want to add something?
Yeah, yes, friends. You can approach me on WhatsApp itself. WhatsApp also. I have shared my contact number. That is my WhatsApp number. You can reach me for if you want any new topics also to take on blogging or digital marketing, any kind of specific topics. We are ready to take. But what I recommend for you, all of the people, based on your questions, is come out from that mindset that monetizing a blog with Google AdSense. Okay. Build a niche. If you want any help in the selecting the niche also, Gordon can help, or me and Trinath also can help in choosing that right niche and start building your audience. And one more pro tip I'm giving: when you are building audience, you need to focus more on email subscribers only, other than your Instagram followers or YouTube subscribers or Facebook likes. This is the very, very important. And the email subscribers are the top thing, friends. You have to focus on building your list only.
That's great. And Venkatesh also is asking when will be the next webinar and all. Really good to see. And we will definitely, one thing, please, all of you, please be checking your emails. You will receive an email from me or John, from my ID or John's ID. Means Govardhan at the rate some domain name will be there. By mistake, some domain name has come to you. But in future, we will communicate that way only. So email only. Please be checking your email. And some of you who follow John, definitely you'll receive from John's WhatsApp also. And you'll see
Or
email
email
from
as well.
we can share all our WhatsApp numbers, Srinath and John. I think you people shared it.
Yeah.
Friends, let me ask one question. Let me ask one question to these participants. Instead of doing this kind of webinar, how many of you want online workshops? We will be doing stuff, not just listening and answering these things. You will be taking actions in that workshops itself. It will be.
You want the workshop in type 1.
John, I think we can create a poll. Gordon,
Yeah,
we can go for
poll. We can't create.
Poll.
We can't create a poll online. Just type 1. Anyone who thinks workshops are better, you are attending the workshop, just type one.
Just,
Type one in the chat box.
friends, just type one.
One. That's all.
Online workshops. See, friends, in online workshops, I will be showing you how to design all those things, stuff you have to create in the live itself.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
be learning then and there. I will be showing in the live how I do keyword research, how I do SEO for my blog. Then and there, you can do in your blog itself, opening in your new tab, another tab, and do whatever I am doing.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
like
how
doing
that
not.
online
It's not like listening to the watching a movie and going away.
Yes,
You need to be
exactly.
serious. You need to be
have to
serious
do.
of your movie.
Yeah.
I think right. Good. 4 people have actually already typed. Afroz is saying it's a good idea. 5. Uh, good to see answers and all. I think people are still interested. If you talk 1 more hour also, they will be there. And
Definitely.
really good that everyone is a very engaged audience and they want to take action. So people just start taking action. Go to John's blog. You can read some stuff and learn and implement. And also you can go to his YouTube channel. You can also see visit my blog, blogging mistakes. There also I shared some mistakes, exactly experience I wrote. I did not write exactly what to do, how to do, but it's the experiences that will guide you in the right path. You can read there also so that you get an idea, better clarity to do what next.
Okay. Then we'll close the webinar for today.
Yes, friends, we will be closing, and thank you, audience. Audience are very good. We have to appreciate them for participating and in this webinar. Okay.
Thank you very much, all of you, for your valuable time. And
Yes,
we
friends.
will
Thank you for
inform
your
all
time.
the things you email. Yeah, we'll inform all things from your email again and again by telling. Please look out for our emails. We'll be sending emails. It may be coming from John. It may be coming from me. But we'll be sending emails definitely to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, John. Thank you, Gordon. It was nice
Thank you
hosting
all.
you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, friends. Thank you.